the Import Guys here locally in Ferndale, Washington. This is super duper cool. S chassis heaven. Look at those pipes. Now that's pretty cool. Their Nismo CRS was listed, I think, for like $780,000. This Nismo GTR that they had 0 miles on the clock. All right, so let's arrange transport for the M3 GTR. I'm looking to arrange a scheduled transport for my car from one shop to another. It's gonna be at a show on the 9th. So can we do like May 11th or May 12th? It's a 2006 BMW M3. It's got a wide body kit on it.
And where's the car gonna go to?
It's going to Protective Film Solutions. Jason over at PFS recommended you guys to me.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you. Transport for the M3 GTR has been arranged. I need to respond to my email to Jason because otherwise I'll forget. All right, email to Jason sent. David at 2M knows to expect Mr. C's towing. Now Jason at PFS knows to expect the M3 GTR. Doo-doo, 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 doo-doo. Time to move some stuff to the new house. And then we go to a JDM importer. I don't have a garage opener yet, so we gotta do this the old-fashioned way. All right. Aha, there. Give me my key back. Remember, M3 GTR right there. All right, that's everything in the car. Heather said these boxes are heavy. They're the new beds for the kids. Let's just see how heavy they really are. I could bring this upstairs. I'm gonna do that real quick. Good grief. Those boxes are heavy. Oh. Howdy, we're in the new house right now. I'll give you a tour later. I was exploring a mountain yesterday, and that made me sweat more. Now we're gonna go and visit the Import Guys down in Ferndale, Washington. Not that far away. Normally, I'd be driving a much cooler car. But some of you guys know the reality that is project cars, and my M3 GTR is still under construction. But as you guys saw earlier, transport was arranged. Sorry, the steering wheel just got in my way. Transport for the M3 to go to PFS to get the livery is arranged. That's the final step. The whole car is done. Just need to put the livery on. So we're getting close to that whole unveiling of the M3. But for now, since, you know, once the M3 pays for itself and we start saving up for the next project, because we have to financially recover, we can do JDM stuff for our next project. And we're gonna do the JDM project a little differently. For one, if I can, I'd like to use a local importer. That's why, that's another reason why I want to visit the Import Guys. I want to see how they do things, because I've spoken to lots of importers over the last 10 years, pretty much. I got to the US in 2016, and now it's 2026, and there's a whole bunch of options. So there's gonna be options like Top Rank, you guys know that. Some of the guys in Top Rank have been around since the Motor X days. You got Space Auto, they can usually help you get a pretty good deal. But then there's the Import Guys out here in Washington, and it'd be kind of neat if I could do something local. So I'm gonna go and check them out, see what they got. In the past, they've had some pretty cool stuff. They had, in the past, a lightning yellow R34 GTR, and it was a Nismo CRS. Their Nismo CRS was listed, I think, for like $780,000, and I think it sold. I don't think it's there anymore. And I believe it's part of Nismo's like restoration program, where they kind of give it a Z-Tune type package. I think it's the service where they strip it down to the chassis. They do the whole rotisserie thing, kind of like Built by Legends. And they basically make it brand new, and you can even get the odometer set to 0, like how this lightning yellow R34 GTR was. This Nismo GTR that they had 0 miles on the clock. It was absolutely insane. That's super duper cool. That's a special car that they had. I don't think it's still there, but if it is, we're definitely filming it. But there's some other cool stuff too. They've got S15 Silvias and some cool 22B style WRX STIs, 4 doors, a whole bunch of neat stuff. And they might even have stuff that they don't have on their site that I could possibly take a look at. So we'll see. All right, it looks like we're gonna get there about 10 minutes after they open. Sweet. All right, here we are. Ferndale, Washington. There's a Kenworth dealership over there. Kind of neat. Poppy Kenworth. But no, we're going to a JDM dealership today. All right, what have we got here? I can see flags with what looks like, oh, look at that. Japanese lettering on them. The import guys. A lot of stuff here. Oh, there's a Stageas with an R34 GTR front end. It looks like that's the entrance there. Well, I think there's a few K-trucks here. Well, if you want a K-truck, this is a good place to do it. Right here. Very nice FDRX7 over there. I'm gonna go and introduce myself, and we'll take a look around. All right, everyone, you have joined me over at the Import Guys here locally in Ferndale, Washington. We're just gonna walk around and see what all is around. I just spoke to a couple of the folks that work here. There's some neat stuff here, a neat eclectic group of things. The Nismo CRS that I told you guys about, the EV1 Lightning Yellow GTR. Neat story behind that. So someone had commissioned that car, brought it in, and then he sold it, I guess, through these guys, I'd imagine on consignment, something like that. And now that yellow CRS is in Vegas. Anyone who's in Vegas, if you see that lightning yellow GTR and it's all dressed up in Nismo stuff, that's an $800,000 car. So that's super duper cool. But here we've got all the K trucks that you could ever need. We've also got this over here. I'm gonna quickly look at this. It's kind of neat. Little tires. I imagine this is appropriately sized for the roads in Japan. The gauge, that's the speedometer. The speedometer is, you can see the gauge in there in the center is huge. But what also kind of caught my attention is on some of these K trucks. These are Bridgestones, but look at how tiny these are. You guys were zoomed in. So 145 R12, itty bitty little tires. I wonder if it's hard to find tires for these. I know Eric Choi, he's got one. When he went to get his Honda K, I think K24 for his 190E project, he used his K truck to pick up the engine and haul it to a shop. So we got Suzuki, Honda, Sambar. I've never heard of Sambar. But let's go and take a look. I see an Altezza and an R33 GTR, so we have to look at that. But I also want to look at that, if I can, that Stageas over there too. Wow. These are always cool. I always love when these have the, oh, it's an, I don't think I've ever seen an Alfini in person before. That's cool. I was mostly just looking at the aero package, and then I noticed the badging. That's pretty uncommon. Huh. So what I was about to comment on with this car is it's got the cool kind of the Bathurst Type R RZ kind of exterior package with the rear spoiler and that front lip there, and it's got the BBS wheels that you see on a lot of those cars straight from factory. Obviously it's right-hand drive, the window's open, we can look on the inside. It's super nice looking. I see there's a spare bumper on the inside. You kind of got that typical 90s, early 2000s JDM where everything's kind of angled towards you. You got the head unit in there. I think when these cars have this exterior, they look super duper cool. I don't know, I'm always torn. Do you keep the pop-up headlights because you can't have them anymore because of the DOT? Or do you do the flat fixed headlights? You definitely got to do that spoiler though. That spoiler is super duper cool. I like RX-7s. I wasn't expecting it to be an Alfini though. So that's kind of neat. That's uncommon. Now there's something over here I definitely want to see. You can see it. It's blue. Make it wait. Oh, I like the fender mirrors. Now, Nissan Stageas. Look at that. That's a good size muffler. Can't tell who makes it. There's no logos on it. This is a pretty color. Now that's pretty sweet. Look at that intercooler. That's pretty cool. Now I know some people might be a little kind of anal and puristy, like old people when it comes to old Porsches, and they might go, ah, there's a GTR badge on it. Meh. That's pretty sick to see. And that's done pretty well. All the paint matches. Maybe this car wasn't blue from factory. I don't know if the Stageas had this blue as the factory color. Got the cool JDM style wheels. Oh, you can't quite see it. Windows are a little dusty. But look at the pattern on the seat. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. Let's make our way around back here and see what else is back here. I see something that says Tommy Kyra on it. Tommy Kyra. I wish I could understand the significance of Tommy Kyra. Maybe I should do... There's another Stageas over there with an R34 front end. Sorry, ADD moment. This looks really cool though. Oh. I like the inserts for the lights and the bumper. That's super cool. What is this? What am I looking at? Tommy Kyra. Tommy Kyra B4. Oh, it's a Legacy. It's almost like I don't know what I'm talking about. I see some Subarus over here. You guys know I like Subarus, so let's go and look at some Subarus. Tokyo Subaru. WRX Impreza STI. Back in the day, it was a WRX Impreza STI, not a WRX STI. This is super cool. Right-hand drive as well, obviously, I believe. I like that steering wheel. I believe this is a bug eye. Yep. JDM bug eye STI. This is super duper cool. With the gold wheels. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rock the snot out of this. This would be super fun to drive. If I could make the choice, I'd choose the two-door. Oh, it's got the same steering wheel. It's got a Momo steering wheel as well. I wonder if that's a factory thing. From the back, these look so cool. That big hoop wing. There's another WRX over here as well. So this is an STI. You got this cool four-door, kind of 22B style WRX. You've got another WRX here. It doesn't have an STI badge. They all have that Momo steering wheel. This one has the blue seats. That's pretty cool. Huh. Another bug eye. Got an Altezza here. Very cool. I remember back in St. Louis, I remember seeing at a Cars and Coffee, someone had an IS300 that he had rebadged with all the Altezza stuff. S chassis galore over here. S chassis heaven. Now that's cool. Okay, yeah, that's very cool. Man, can you guys see in there? See that gauge or that logo on the steering wheel? That's pretty cool. 90s, 2000s cars had such presence and style, man. Look at this. Back in those days, this could have just been someone's daily. And I'll be honest, out of all the S chassis, I think the S15 had the best front end. Front end, rear end combo. But for all you S13 folks, 180SX. This one's pretty clean. I remember when these used to be so cheap, before the drift tax became a thing. Good old pop-up headlights. Front bumper made for a front plate, so that's nice. Modestly modified. Cool intercooler. It's got some kind of body kit on it. Driver's seat is a bride seat. These windows are pretty clean. I can show you on the inside. That's a good choice. I like bride seats. Tail lights have been smoked out. Cool, aggressive rear bumper with that kind of diffuser design. That's very sweet. And then we got this one, which I think my audience will enjoy. Look at those pipes. Is that the same rear bumper? Kind of looks like it. Advan Racing wheels, TC4, blue Silvia seats. I feel like I've seen this kit before, but I am blanking on what it is. Okay, so that was a good row of cars. US chassis enthusiasts should love that. I really like the taillights. Cars back then just looked so much cooler. All right, come into focus. Hello. Focus. There we go. We got a purple. This is not midnight purple or anything like that, but a purple R34 front-ended Stageas. I like the, oh, it's got a light in there. That's cool. Now these estate cars, these wagons, especially when you get something cool like this, it looks cool and it's pretty practical. That's a lot of usable space. I like the seats. Look at the stitch pattern. That's pretty unique. I think this is their shop over here. So Miata MR2. Well, actually, that's badged as Sarah, so I'm not sure. And then we got Godzilla himself. We've got a blue R33 GTR from the looks of things. Now that's pretty cool. Is that a factory color? I am not 100% sure. It looks cool in the sun. You got the carbon lip there. Advan wheels. No, sorry, Avid. International Wangan. That was on one of the Stageas. That's pretty cool. Looking at the back here, I guess the lock for the trunk is behind the trunk badge. I did not know that about these cars. This looks like, I don't know how much of this is aftermarket. This blade definitely is aftermarket. I think the rest of this is stock, just with the carbon blade. Yeah, you can never go wrong with a Skyline. Well, I mean, you can if you buy a lemon, but that's pretty cool. Look at this. Another Altezza badge there. Sweet. Well, I'm really appreciative of the guys here being cool with me, just letting me walk around and take a look at their stuff. They've got some cool stuff here. I'm very curious because I found a couple places for maintaining the M3 GTR when it gets back here, but for the next project, you know, whether it's being built out of state or not, it would be good to know where to take the car, the JDM car, for routine maintenance, and maybe they'd have some referrals they could make. Like, what would be a good place to take, like, cars that have an RB26 and stuff like that? You know, just so it's going to places that, you know, have been vouched for and all that good stuff, but cool selection of vehicles. All right, folks. Cool bit of info. It sounds like I can just take any JDM cars here for service. That's totally fine. They've been doing this for years, so I think they're totally trustworthy. I think they know what they're doing. Now, ooh, sorry, my shoes are squeaky. Gonna head back on home, do some chores. That was super duper cool. He did give me kind of a scoop of when I could come back for when they have a shipment, because basically what happens is they get a shipment of like 50 or so cars off the row, and they'll have lots of stuff on it that they'll probably sell right away, and that's when they usually have the coolest stuff in large quantities. Like they're getting some Evo 7s and all kinds of stuff, and we got to see that. I feel like you guys would want to see some Evo 7s, because, you know, I've been building the M3 GTR for so long, but in case you guys forgot, I love JDM, and that RX-7 is so cool. Imagine that with a 20B. Or I have to get out of here before I make a financial mistake. All right. Hello. Focusing. Okay, got some stuff done today. Tried to get my hunter license today, but I forgot that I need to do the hunter safety stuff and all that. We scouted out state land, Washington land, yesterday. Went up a mountain. I can show you some pictures here. It was really cool. Saw a bear, saw lots of bear poop and all sorts of cool stuff. Got pretty high up. We were practically on the side of the mountain at the very top, you know, good elevation. We weren't using any of our vehicles, which is for the best, because the vehicle we were using got pretty scratched up by every plant known to man. PFS Jason got back to me, confirmed about the date for the car arriving. I believe he said something like the 26th of May would be when it would actually get wrapped, or at least get started. If they have an opening, they might work on it here on there earlier before then, but they're totally fine with storing it. I've got a load of things in the car here, taking it to the new house, and I don't know, I'll show you around. I'll unload things, show you around a little bit, give you a brief tour, and then I might start putting my desk together in my new office. All right, I'm gonna bring some stuff inside and I'll give you guys a quick tour. There you go, you can see me. All right, that's everything inside. Look what I found. An old tape Sony recorder camera, video camera recorder. Is there a tape in here? I think there is a tape in here. Thought it'd be kind of neat to film a video with this at some point and import it, you know, make it so that I can edit modern, make a vlog using a tape camera. That'd be kind of neat. Kind of gimmicky. All right, it's actually kind of cool in the house. It's cool. Take my shoes off. All right, we're in the new place. Haven't had a house for a little while now, but now we have another one. Last one we had to sell to cover all of my medical expenses. They weren't necessary, but the state of Illinois made me do a whole bunch of arbitrary medical testing to prove I was fit to drive, and they continued to make me do more even after I had like neurologists and all that sort of stuff confirm I was fine. They just wanted to be jerks about it. But despite that setback and all of the BS we dealt with in Illinois, we escaped Illinois, and now we're in Washington doing better things. The number one thing to do in Illinois is leave. So, new place. Heather's gonna have some kind of reading nook here. We have all the curtains drawn, but she'll have this space. She'll make it into like a reading room. Got the dining room here. Very, very cool. Laundry room's over there. I don't know why you care. There's the bathroom there. The garage is there. Imagine an M3 GTR on that as per usual. Living room where TV and couch and stuff will go. Heather has already started painting all this. Here's the kitchen. I don't know why you would care. There's nothing in the fridge. I am happy about the glass top stove though. That's really easy to clean. Super easy to clean. Now, let's go upstairs. Backyard's cool. I'll show you that in a sec. Well, actually, I can show you that now. All right, so we're outside. Ooh, it's really nice. Just being in the shade here. We have the shed with the fake seagulls. We have the patio with the real wood. Lots of grass, very cool. Very good yard space, because why not? And for when we channel our inner farmers, we can grow all kinds of stuff like tomatoes, peppers, and whatever else we find adventurous and fun. So that'll be cool. We can channel the inner Stardew Valley or whatever. We've grown stuff before, but it'll be nice to have a little plot that's sizable. Cool. No basement this time around. Basements are very uncommon out here. We'll go upstairs and I can show you a couple things. In there's the master. It's nice and big. Kids' room, got a bathroom. And this is my office / new studio. So I already have a desk for this. It's a U-shaped desk. I think whenever I'm doing stuff in here, the camera will be here facing this wall. Desk will be here. And I'll be able to have all kinds of tech just kind of surrounding me. And it'll be nice. I'm gonna paint the walls black. Gonna do a cool wallpaper here. It'll be fun to decorate. So yeah, that's the upstairs. What time is it? What time is it? 4:15. So, what I will now do, I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna open these windows so there's some airflow. Oh, there's an extra lock. Let in some fresh air. I'm gonna go get the desk and bring it upstairs. Whew. Got a thing to open it. I'm gonna get started on this desk. we're not gonna finish it. I only have 15 minutes. And then we'll see where we get from there. Might do some more stuff tomorrow. I think that's enough for now. We'll see what we can accomplish later. But I think, you know what? I think I'll actually end off the video so that I'm not making it too long. So thank you all so much for watching. We got to see some cool JDM stuff. M3 GTR underway, ladies and genitals. Very, very cool. And we gotta put this desk together. Might put it together next time for the next vlog. You'll see me do that. You can hold me to that. Tom, did you put your desk together? But yeah. I think next time, I have an idea for the next vlog, so stay tuned. If you like what you've seen so far on this channel, and you're not subscribed yet, be sure to fix that, because you'll like what I got planned. Anyways, seek peace everybody, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!